Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about staking and delegating your PulseChain tokens to a validator to make money by staking PulseChain, and also how to swap on the cloned swapping platform on the PulseChain Testnet. So it's basically the exact same as it was before, so really not a lot new. Just want to show you the latest updates and development that's been going on behind the scenes on the PulseChain Testnet. And just to be clear guys, this is the Testnet. What does Testnet mean? It means it's not real, okay? So none of this actually counts for real money. So before I get a bunch of questions and comments below regarding that, these are just updates that will go live when PulseChain goes live on the main net, okay? But either way, it's great to see the development that's been going on, and it's great to familiarize yourself ahead of time so you can be that much ahead of everybody else when swapping goes live and when staking goes live. When the main network goes live, you're going to be able to act faster because you have the knowledge up front, because you did your homework and you did your research, and a lot of other people are going to be scrambling and asking a bunch of silly questions like, is my staked hex going to be copied? The answer is yes. But just think about how ahead you are of everybody, just even being here and being focused on PulseChain, and think about how much of the world doesn't yet know about it. And guys, just the price potential of this coin and this whole ecosystem is just astronomical, in my opinion. So I'm excited for it, and let's just take a look at what staking might look like. So in PulseChain, what we have is basically called a delegated proof of stake system. That means that there are only 33 validators. Okay, validators are people that run nodes that validate blocks. So validators basically add blocks to the blockchain. They basically confirm transactions, okay, or sets of transactions for a small fee. Now, in order to be a validator, you have to have a lot of hardware that you and I probably don't have, right? So it's kind of a full-time job to be a node validator, because you're basically running a server and you have to have, redundancy and backups. And you basically have to be a network admin type person. So if you don't want that responsibility, what you can do is you can delegate your PLS tokens to a validator to earn a percentage of those transaction fees that are being made every time anybody does anything on the PulseChain blockchain. So chances are you're not going to be one of these 33 validators, but you can pick and choose which one you want to delegate your stake to. And that's what delegated proof of stake means. It means you can technically stake your coins, but you don't have to become a validator and have all that overhead associated with being a validator. You can just delegate it to a guy that'll do the job for you, and he'll pay you a small revenue share of whatever he chooses to. So in this case, for example, let's take this guy right here. He's doing a revenue share of 50%, and this can be set custom for each validator. So you can see this guy is sharing 100% of his revenue, which is very generous, 66%, 99%, 86%. It's going to be all custom, right? Depending on whatever the validator wants to do. So I'll post a link to this in the description below. You can go check it out yourself. And guys, this is also a great time to test out this platform. Test it out. And if you find any bugs, this is a community effort, right? So play around with it. Connect to PulseChain Testnet if you haven't already, and try staking yourself and play around with the UI. If you see any issues at all, you can go to the PulseChain Telegram group and mention them there. And you can have a direct role in helping make PulseChain even better by the time it launches. But let's look at this graph, okay? So this is the validator address. This is like their public address. The total stake is how much PLS is in total is validated and staked in this validator. Pending stake, I'm not quite sure what that means yet. In rotation, yes. In rotation, yes means it's one of the 33 validators that's in the official validator rotation. There's misdemeanors and felonies, which I'm not quite sure on the specifics of. But you can see this bad boy over here has got 12 misdemeanors and 4 felonies. This probably has to do with behaving honestly and validating the correct block. So perhaps if you do something that the network doesn't like and you try to act maliciously and take advantage of people for your own personal gain, I'm assuming you'll get a misdemeanor or a felony, and I'm assuming that after a couple of these you'll be slashed and taken off the rotation. So it's good to have checks and balances, right? Total rewards, this is tallying up the total amount of transaction fees that the validator is earning. So like I said earlier, the validators make all of the transaction fees, right? Swapping fees, smart contract interactions, any computation that goes on that costs a gas fee on PulseChain, that gas fee is going to be paid and divvied up to all these validators. So right now, this validator's only earned 3.89 PLS. That's kind of to be expected because the fees are so small on PulseChain. And he's sharing 50% of that with all of his delegatees. I think that's the right word. So of this 3.89, 50% of it is getting divvied up to everyone that's delegating to this particular guy. Okay? So my revenue share is 0.00, and that's because my stake is so small. But when you want to actually stake in a certain validator, you just click this stake button right here. This will pull up a very simple UI. It'll say, hey, you're going to validate to this guy. Here's his misdemeanors and felonies. Here's his revenue share. Here's some more info about him. Here's how much money he's made for his guys so far. And the total stakes, both active and pending. So you can just go ahead and say, hey, I've got, 10 Pulse that I want to add. And again, you got to make sure you're on the PulseChain testnet. I was on Robston by accident, so click here. Let's add, I don't know, let's add 0.01. Okay, so my projected stake will be 0.11 PLS. Nice. I mean, that's like nothing, right? But whatever. So we're going to go ahead and add that. Obviously, it just pulls out the typical MetaMask transaction. Dirt cheap fees, 0.0001 PLS. And we staked. And you got a little notification bar up there that we staked. We added some stake. And then we can just refresh this and see that, yep, instead of 0.1, I'm now staking 0.11 in this guy. So it's pretty cool to also see these constant updates of everything that's going on in this notification bar. Oh, that was mine. That green one was mine. And you can see what other people are doing too. Like I just got a message that, one guy did a felony. So pretty interesting. Now what else can we do on this page? Well, we've got a dark mode and a light mode. Nice. Also, we've got active stakes over here. So let's go check in on the active stakes. These are all of my particular active stakes, right? And it basically just filters out only addresses that I've staked to. So I can refresh this again and, nothing's changed, but it just basically filters so I can only see my active stakes. And finally, if I want to validate myself as an actual validator, I can go ahead in here, and the validators must deposit 500,000 PLS minimum just to be registered. This is because they have to have some skin in the game. They can't just be any old pleb off the street. And if anybody could try to be a validator, and if it was really that easy, you might incentivize some poor quality validators. So 500,000 PLS is not going to be that much, especially at first, but one day maybe it'll be a lot of USD, right? But for now, you have to actually add that much and deposit that much. I don't even have that much in my wallet, so I cannot be a validator right now. In my wallet right now, I've got less than 1 PLS token, so I'm way off here. No chance of me being able to be a validator right now, but that's how you would do it if you wanted to. It's all from the same UI. The same clean and nice dashboard. Now, how do we trade on the PulseChain testnet? Okay, guys, remember it's the testnet, so don't get too excited. This is the cloned version of Uniswap live today on the PulseChain testnet. It's already ready to go. This is how close we are to PulseChain being done, guys. But again, it is the testnet. So does this look familiar? Because it really should. I mean, it's just Uniswap. So you can connect to whatever network you want to up here. Obviously, you're going to want to be on PulseChain mainnet. And then you can see I'm trading PLS tokens here for whatever token I want. Let's pick Hex, okay? So we picked Hex. And let's say I want to trade 0.02 TPLS for 15 Hex. Okay, guys, these prices are not accurate, all right? 0.02 PLS is not $33, although I wish it was, because I would be on my own private island right now. But let's go ahead and swap this and confirm swap. It's the exact same, guys, as Uniswap always was. Pulls up the classic transaction fee, cost me 0.0003 TPLS. Do that. Confirm, close, and probably by the time I'm done with this sentence, yep, it's already completed, it's already confirmed. Dirt cheap transactions, almost instantaneous. I couldn't even get a sentence out before I see this confirmation bar in the corner. And it's awesome, guys, it's awesome. And I think it's hilarious that they gave PLS such a high price on this testnet version. Look at 0.8 TPLS is $1,556. That's obviously not true, guys, in reality, but pretty cool. So swapping is ready to go. Delegating and staking your PLS is ready to go on the testnet, guys. It's all ready to go. We are getting so close to this revolutionary breakthrough event in crypto, and I think it's going to be within the next 2 months for sure. I'm thinking March personally, but I could always be wrong, guys. Software takes a long time. It's really hard. So if you like that little teaser, again, it's the testnet, guys. So don't go on here and start trading and thinking you're rich and thinking that all these transactions are real. They're not real, okay? It's the testnet. But whatever you can do today to prepare yourself for when PulseChain launches, you'll be able to act fast and you'll be able to make moves before everybody else piles in the weeks and months that follow the launch. So prepare yourself, guys, and I think that mad gains could be right around the corner. As usual, like, subscribe, share, comment below, and help your bags go viral. Pump your own bags, guys. Takes 10 seconds. Alright, I'll see you on the next video.